It is Monday, May 6th, 2024. I am Dana. Malcolm Rashaed Esson is here with me tonight. We have your evening edition of Top Stories. Coming up after this, the news that matters most.
Under the patronage of the Premier, the Honorable Charles Washington Mizet and Mistress Delthea Mizet, Turks and Caicos, brace yourself for Gia Pierre. March on, the story of us.
He is smart and handsome, a world traveler.
World traveler? Please, that boy being in London and Spanish wear.
It will keep you at the edge of your seat.
She's so special, and it's a real hair.
She really special for true. First time I ever know synthetic hair is grow the humans.
With our signature scandal you love.
You mad because I got a woman to love me for free, and you gotta pay for that.
The Tour, Turks and Caicos, May 10th at 8 p.m., May 11th at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. at Brayton Hall, Providenciales, Turks and Caicos.
They just don't trust Chinese restaurants, but owned by Bahamians. When you look, the sweet and sour pork come with peas and grits. Oh, no, man.
Admission, $60 general, $75 VIP. Tickets available now in Basic Essential, Elite Plaza, Airport Road. Phone 941-5876. Gia Pierre, march on.
Criminals are targeting British overseas territories with a series of bomb threats. So far, along with the Turks and Caicos, Anguilla, Cayman, the British Virgin Islands, and Bermuda have been affected. Cayman's bomb threat came today, Monday, directed at the national carrier Cayman Airways Limited, as did Anguilla's, which targeted the Clayton J. Lloyd International Airport. Both have been declared a hoax like all the others. Today, the Turks and Caicos' Ona Glinton primary was also threatened. The email behind Cayman's threat was melin.vika@mail.ru. While the Turks and Caicos evacuated travelers Sunday night around 5 p.m., the same scene occurred at the Terence B. Lettsome Airport in the British Virgin Islands around 4, and again at 8:50 p.m. in Bermuda at the L.F. Wade International Airport following emailed bomb threats. The threat to Bermuda's airport grounded a British Airways flight to London and caused the diversion of an American Airlines flight. All across the Caribbean, investigations are ongoing. The Turks and Caicos seems to be the country so far with the most threats, a total of 7 that have been shared with the public. The Royal Virgin Islands police are reportedly collaborating with the TCI and Bermuda to identify the criminals. Rashaed Esson is up next. He has news from around the region. Magnetic Media is your news leader.
This is an important advisory from Digicel Turks and Caicos. All Digicel subscribers whose SIM cards were issued prior to July 2021, kindly visit your nearest Digicel store and have your SIM card swapped at no cost to you. There's also dedicated SIM swap teams that will be at different locations throughout the various islands on specific days. Please look out for the communication via SMS text message. This is a Telecoms Commission regulatory mandate and enhances network reliability and speed. Please swap your SIM cards as soon as possible to avoid mobile service interruption.
It's now time for your regional top stories. I'm Rashaed Esson. Severe rainfall has led to the declaration of a state of emergency in Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil, after 37 people lost their lives, 74 reported missing, and 7,949 displaced, now staying in shelters as of May 3. Video footage in the media shows the area nearly fully covered by water. Also, bridges and roads were left damaged. This was reported in a release by the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. The Bahamas' Prime Minister Philip Davis reiterated the threats of climate change to the Bahamas, speaking at a global citizen conference in New York on May 2. He spoke of the Bahamas' vulnerability as an ocean state, highlighting that more than 85% of the landmass is less than 3 meters above sea level and is porous limestone, a huge issue as water is able to seep into the land due to rising sea levels. He expressed that Bahamians are doomed to become climate refugees. Jamaica's tourism industry is expected to have another record-breaking year, this time reaching $4.38 billion, a 9.6% increase from the 2022-2023 fiscal year. This was revealed by Jamaica's Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett during his 2024-2025 sectoral debate, and he says this is based on the tourism sector's growth trajectory and its performance for the recent 2023-2024 fiscal year report. Magnetic Media is your news leader. For the news that matters most, we've got it here.
Century 21 Arashar Properties is your best resource for buying or selling any real estate in the Turks and Caicos Islands, whether it's a condo, house, villa, commercial property, or vacant land. Century 21 TCI can assist you with your real estate needs. No matter the sign, keep Century 21 Arashar Properties in mind. Call 649-941-7368 or email your friends at century21tci.com.
A ringing of bells and cheering met the announcement of the PDM's rescue team as they dubbed their array of candidates for the electoral districts as they announced them earlier today. On it is longtime Wheeland Representative Vaden Delroy, who was championed by Edwin Astwood, opposition leader.
Like they say, you did it before and you will do it again.
As is typical of political rallies, big promises were made for the people. Here is Robert Bean, all-island candidate.
We are committed to exceeding your expectations and transforming our nation for better. Trust in us to deliver on our commitments and to address your concerns. The time for political gamesmanship and empty rhetoric has passed.
For ED1 Grand Turk North, the PDM presented George Lightburn. ED2, no surprise for Grand Turk South, Edwin Astwood, opposition leader. ED3 South Caicos, Henrietta Forbes, as well as ED4 for North and Middle Caicos, Danaz Williams. Keith Cox is the candidate for ED5 Leeward and Long Bay, while Audric Skippings returns to the bite in ED6. ED7 Cheshire Hall and Richmond Hill will be contested by Rose Higgs. Anthony Walken is seeking to become the representative for ED8 Blue Hills, and ED9 5 Keys will be contested by Brian Cox, while rounding out the team once again is Vaden Delroy Williams, returning to contest ED10 Wheeland. Notably absent was Alvin Garland, current opposition appointed member, who had in the past expressed interest in running. Ezra Taylor, party chairman, maintained that this lot was the right team for the job. That is it for this edition of the news. Thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of the entire news team, we wish you a wonderful evening. Top Stories in 5 is a Magnetic Media production.